Tom Homan is Donald Trump's border czar. His job has been to oversee the process of deporting all the people that Donald Trump has been pursuing. And that hasn't just included criminals, which is what he would talk about explicitly before the election. It's included all sorts of people. People just trying to work for a living outside Home Depot, helping other people, trying to get on with their lives. He's been responsible for uprooting and upturning the lives of so many people. So some of the worst cruelty, including cruelty to children who are separated from their parents in this way, and others deprived of services and healthcare, for example, they would have had in the States. The person responsible for much of this is Tom Homan. Interestingly, he almost certainly appears to have been engaged in criminal activity himself. And this was unearthed by none other than the FBI. You see, in 2024, information started to arise that there are people, including Tom Homan, who are taking money from people in exchange for promising them contracts if Trump gets back into office. Now, this, of course, is just naked bribery. And one of the people who was found to potentially be doing that was Tom Homan. So the FBI did what they often do, is they organised a sting operation to find out whether or not this is true. So they posed as contractors who won a government contract in 2025. And they said to Homan, look, if Trump gets into office next time, will you, make sure that we get some government contracts? And he said, yeah, sure. Hand me the money and I'll make sure that you get contracts on the other side of Trump's inauguration. And of course, they were filming all of this. And what they did is they handed him $50,000 in cash. This wasn't a hypothetical discussion. This wasn't sort of the possibility of payment in the future. This was the physical act of handing over a bag of cash to a future member of Trump's administration. And he took the cash. It was all filmed and investigated, and that was being processed and proceeded on by the FBI. Now, let's just pause here and note that he is not alone in this business. Jason Miller, for example, another Trump staffer, was found taking $100,000 a month from India in order to advise them on how to get on Trump's good side. There's other people in Trump's administration who have been doing things like this, taking money from various actors in order to try and curry favour with the Trump administration and get money from them themselves. Just pure naked bribery. But of course, a fish rots from the head. The only reason all of this is possible is because the Trump family themselves are on the take in an unprecedented way, in a way that has never been seen in American history before, and things that I've described in previous videos. For example, his crypto scam, where he has his own cryptocurrency, and anybody who starts to trade and deal in those cryptocurrencies that he has will automatically send money to the Trump family. And so we have all sorts of foreign actors transacting hundreds of millions of dollars of these cryptocurrencies in order to get in the good books of Trump and his family. Here they have a private members club, which is essentially a bribery club. You give Trump and his family money, and that gives you exclusive access to Trump's cabinet and other people. And they all are part of that club. And this is basically paying for access, pay to play. And they've basically institutionalized it in the form of a club, private members club, which you can join in Washington. Then you go and meet Trump and other people. This is their sort of funnel of extracting money. I think it's something like $500,000 for an annual membership, that kind of thing. So they've institutionalized a way of creating bribery. All of these things Trump and his family are doing to basically milk as much money as they possibly can. They've already milked billions from his presidency. Now, when that's happening, then of course other people in the administration will do whatever they can to try and take whatever is possible. Now, what happened with this sting operation, with this investigation the FBI were engaged in, clearly the evidence was irrefutable. It's all on video. What happened to that? Kash Patel became the director of the FBI and he stopped the investigation. Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice refused to pursue it any further. In other words, it's a free-for-all. Yeah, we know he's engaged in sort of corruption, but it's not important. They found a way to distract the agents onto something else. Said, this isn't your priority, do something else. So they did. And so as a result, a clear case of bribery filmed handing over money to this guy has been squashed, has been prevented from any justice taking place. This government has basically become an all-you-can-eat buffet of corruption. Anybody involved in it knows that their job isn't to serve the public. They are not there really to provide a service for the United States and for its citizens. No, they are there to enrich themselves. It is clear, it is blatant, it is unambiguous. Trump does it, his family does it, and his officials are doing it too. They said they were there to drain the swamp. Well, maybe they were there to drain the swamp in order to create an ocean of filth. And that's basically what they've created. So for the first time in presidential history, be in no doubt, if anybody had done what Tom Homan had done, if anybody had been found and incriminated themselves in the way that Tom Homan has in any other administration, they would be out before sunrise. They would have been sacked before the story even saw the light of day. Be in no doubt about that, whether it was Biden or Obama or Bush or Reagan, or any of these past presidents, just you name it. They would all have sacked such a person because it would have been inconceivable that someone could stay in office after such a heinous scandal. But not for Tom Homan. Why? Because his boss is no less corrupt than he is. And if he's making money out of his position, then, well, he'd be stupid if he isn't. Trump probably wouldn't have hired him if he didn't. And that is only one administration official who was stupid enough to do this with an actual sack of cash. But it's certainly not the only one. That we can be sure of. And it's certainly not the only example in which a part of this administration is there essentially, fundamentally, to serve themselves. Because that is the entire nature and the entire mission of this administration. Just how much can we steal? I hope you like my video. As a psychiatrist who loves politics and economics and philosophy, I love to make videos like this, and you can really help promote this video to other people and get it on your feed more by liking and commenting and subscribing to the video as well. We have a wonderful community of people here who comment and support each other through this very traumatic period of world history that we're going through right now. I also hope you consider becoming a subscriber to the channel and also subscribing to my e-newsletter. There's a link in the description, and that way we can stay in touch outside the channel, so you can keep abreast of all of the content that I'm making on an ongoing basis. The latest of which actually is my latest book called We the People. Very, very proud of this book. It's actually a novel, a fiction book written by myself and the famous award-winning author T.J. McGregor. Together we wrote a book about what the future might look like. Bit of a dystopian novel, but what might happen if autocracy goes to its next stage, AI predicting the potential end of humanity. I actually made a video about that, it really happened. And how things might pan out in this dystopian world, and actually how a band of committed, passionate, progressive people managed to change the trajectory, and not in the way that you think. It's not just by running a candidate and opposing the autocrat, but actually by deepening the democracy that we have and engaging in a real participatory form of democracy that sort of shifts the needle and gets us back to basics and helps us sort of rebuild our democracy. And that's within the context of a really compelling, gripping story, a bunch of fascinating characters, and I assure you, you will not be able to sort of stop turning the page until you get to the end of the book. That's what all the reviewers have said so far. Lots of people love it, and I hope you can get it. You can get it on Amazon, any of the global Amazon bookstores out there. Please do order your copy of We the People. Just put We the People Russell Razak and you'll be able to find it inside Amazon as well. Also, I hope you consider becoming a member of the channel. You can subscribe to a couple of different membership levels. All members of the channel also get some free ebooks that I produce once a month. You can buy those ebooks too from russellsbooks.com. That's russellsbooks.com, and every month I produce a new ebook on that channel, which is really about, these are the non-fiction books I produce with my team, which is really about how to learn about the world around us and the psychologies of the people who govern us, but also how to learn about ourselves, deepen our own self-awareness in a way that helps us navigate this difficult world we're in right now. So those are sort of self-help books that are produced every month, and if you're a member of the channel, you get a sort of 100% discount on those books every month. Otherwise, you can go to russellsbooks.com, as I say, and buy them anytime you like. I really hope you can become a part of this community, as I say. So this sort of supportive community, validating and helping each other, is really worth being a part of, and I hope you can join us as we all join forces to create a better tomorrow together. Thank you.